With us tonight is Deepwater Asset Management Managing Partner Gene Munster and Gerber Kawasaki President and CEO Ross Gerber. Gene, you say you're surprised, but I wonder why. Whoever thought that an Apple car was a good idea in the first place?
Well, I think Apple thought it was a good idea, and I think that they've got a history of redefining, reimagining product categories that were getting off the ground. And so the amount that they're investing, by my measure, was about $1 billion per year, most of that coming over the past 3 or 4 years. And Tim Cook said famously in 2017 that autonomous vehicles are the mother of all AI projects. And so if you listened and watched what they're doing, they wanted to do this. This was a goal. And of course, they've now shifted direction. So that's what surprised me. I had put the odds at this at 50-50 that this would come out, 50% chance. I'm famously wrong for predicting Apple Television that got killed in 2017. And that 2017 episode reminded me, because Apple is working on something doesn't mean that it will see the light of day. And now we add the Apple car to that category.
You're too hard on yourself. Apple TV does exist, not the physical TV, but of course the box. So we'll give you a pass on that one, Gene. Ross, is this, I mean, listen, Apple could have probably owned Tesla 5 to 10 years ago. Maybe they still could take a pass at it. Who knows? What's your take?
Well, I was with Gene with the Apple TV, and, I still can't believe they didn't release the TV, but I knew they were never going to do a car. Being an early Tesla investor and knowing their mode and knowing where they were at, and I had done many interviews back as far as 2015, talking about Apple taking a stake in Tesla. And when Tesla was in trouble in 2018 and needed money, supposedly there was a conversation between the two that Tim doesn't remember, but that lack of memory probably cost him hundreds of billions of dollars for Apple shareholders if he would have taken a stake in Tesla at the time. And just the same, we see a similar opportunity for Apple if they want to be in this business by taking a stake in Rivian. But they don't want to be in this business, and they've made a clear commitment to Vision Pro, and moving this team over to AI is the smartest thing they can do. So this is a good move for Apple.
Do you think, and I'll go back to you, Ross, we're going to just have a little fun. It's Tuesday, worst night of the week. Let's have some fun. Any chance Apple, at $2.8 trillion in market cap, could try to buy Tesla at $700 billion in market cap? Or is that completely insane?
Well, not with this FTC. I mean, this FTC won't even let two bad grocery stores merge, let alone something as dominant as that. So, we got to wait till something changes there. But in theory, I think the bigger issue is that Tim Cook and Elon Musk are like oil and water, and they would never work together ever. Okay, literally ever. So it would have to be one or the other in charge and the other not being involved if that was ever going to happen.
Well, we know the federal government loves Elon Musk, so you never know, Ross. Maybe they could just take a pass. Please, it's too.
Who knows what Elon's going to do?
The show just started. It's too early for the sarcasm.
It's Tuesday.
Exactly. Gene Munster. Apple, cars are hard. I mean, phones, the thing with your eyeballs that they're doing now, okay, those are hard. Cars are a different animal. If you're an Apple shareholder, many of our viewers and listeners are, should they be happy about this news?
I think they should be disappointed. And part of it is that Apple's a tech company, and tech companies by definition need to grow. And that's the $400 billion question that they have. That's their revenue this year. And to grow a top line, they haven't grown their top line for the last 6 quarters. And to grow the business, you got to get into some big markets. Vision Pro has some potential, but was the kind of the shiny opportunity related to the car. This could, if they get 10% of the automotive market, that would grow their top line by 60%. We can set aside the earnings question. But I understand that most investors thought that this was a low probability, and that is reflected in how the stock traded today. But ultimately, I'm disappointed. I think Apple could have done something really special when it comes to automotive.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, Gene, but to the point I just made with Ross, the question rather, maybe there's a chance, so you're saying there's a chance, that Apple is abandoning its own effort because maybe it does want to take a pass. Maybe not at Tesla, which is massive, but maybe at a Rivian, maybe at a Lucid, right?
Yeah.
Instead of build, just buy.
I think that makes sense. I think the Rivian piece that lines up. I think by my last check, it's $10, $12 billion market cap. and definitely more doable. And I think it does line up. Apple could do this, and I think that would get them into that bigger market. So again, I'm disappointed that this turn in events, and so I don't want to be predicting that they're going to ultimately do something like this. But I do think Apple needs to break into some new market. And I mean, dare I say the television? It still surprises me that they didn't do it. I don't want to go back to that conversation, but they need to do something big, and potentially Rivian would be just the answer to that.
All right, guys, so to recap, Gene Munster said investors should be disappointed in this failed venture. There was a lot of wasted time and a lot of wasted money. Meanwhile, Apple hasn't grown their top line in the last 6 quarters, and they've been wasting a lot of time with this EV that they're now giving up on. Apple doesn't complete everything that they set out to do. They didn't do the Apple TV, which I'm just hearing about, and now they've given up on the car. But most things they complete. Tesla might be a little too big for Apple to buy, but Rivian could be a good pick. Rivian's market cap is about 10 to 12 billion. They both said this is a great choice for Apple to focus these people on AI innovations on their existing products. Apple needs to break into a new market and do something big, says Gene Munster. Apple spent $10 billion over the last 10 years on this EV, for those who didn't know. So some things that they can do with those people that they're saving from the EV, they can make their Vision Pro a little better. They can focus on making AirPods with cameras some people were talking about. They can make AI glasses or focus on new innovations, guys. This is also big news for Tesla. In some senses, this could be the first competitor to drop due to Tesla lowering their prices and cutting out the market. So we'll see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something in this late night. Catch you in the next one.